If you're building a software company in 2025, you've probably got a unique idea, a roadmap, and a strategy to bring that app to market. But before you go any further, stop. At least until you watch this video, because today I'm going to break down dozens of hours of research into a handful of minutes to show you what the top trending platforms all have in common in 2025. The goal is to help you understand what's happening in the software space right now and what's going to help you massively scale your company in the next 12 months. I'll even include a free $1 million software idea in this video. First, let's talk about an absolutely booming niche that's making its way across every single industry in one way or another. Wellness and mental health. There has been an absolute boom in telehealth and remote health services. This includes apps offering on-demand counseling, doctor consultations, or guided therapy sessions. We all saw that meteoric rise of BetterHelp happen with their ads stretching across every single corner of social media. Another great example is a brand called Optery. They're a virtual mental health care service supported by over 60 insurance providers. And this is largely due to an ongoing demand to more affordable and accessible care. This growing global emphasis on mental health, combined with the advancements in tech and telemedicine that we've seen since the pandemic, has really helped normalize online therapy and psychiatry. This is also amazing for people who can't leave the house due to physical or mental limitations. They've had some wild growth, and they've already raised $242 million. Wellness tracking and personalized recommendations are also exploding right now, largely driven by these high-tech wearables with embedded AI. And if you're looking for proof, just take a look at the top 2 smart ring companies right now. Oura has stacked almost $350 million as of their Series D, and their India-based competitor Ultrahuman is close on their heels. The commonality between these two giants and many other software companies blowing up right now is their use of personalization. Now, this can mean many things, and we're seeing this kind of personalization across all markets. Take personalized marketing, for example, but let's talk specifics. Both Oura and Ultrahuman collect continuous biometric data, such as heart rate, HRV, body temperature, and activity levels to establish each user's baseline. So why is this space seeing so much growth and money right now? The pandemic was scary. It reminded people that health needs to be top of mind 24/7. And that gave way for brands to create all these solutions for people to monitor and improve their health. Now, if that's sounding too much like an opinion, let me hit you with some data. The global wearable tech market was estimated at $84 billion in 2024. And it's expected to grow yearly at 13.6%, which honestly is significant. Another example of the booming personalized wellness movement is a company called MIDI. Just look at their insane growth. They're a healthcare platform focused on providing virtual care to women who are going through a number of midlife conditions, things like menopause, mood and memory issues, skin and hair concerns, and much more. Once you sign up, they have clinicians on staff that personalize treatment just for you. So for now, what I want you to do is think about how you can take your customers' health and wellness into account and how you can personalize something just for them. Because this transition is happening everywhere, even in the beauty D2C space. For example, the way that this company used AI to create an online quiz to match customers to the perfect foundation shade, even when they've never tried the products before. So no matter what kind of platform you're working on, there is always more room for personalization. Now, speaking of personalization, let's go a little bit deeper and talk about a trend that's going to be one of the most significant in the marketing space for the next decade. A few weeks ago, I hurt my knee doing capoeira. And instead of going to the doctor, because it wasn't that bad, I took to ChatGPT to explain my symptoms. I sent a picture of my knee pointing to the part of it that hurt, explaining how the pain progressed and what I thought it might be. Then I asked GPT to give me a list of the most probable solutions, things that most likely caused it, how to treat it, and how to prevent it in the future. And it gave me all of this, including a list of exercises to do every day to make sure this same injury doesn't happen again. Now, the really cool thing is that a few weeks later, I was researching something else that had to do with muscle strain and pain, and GPT told me that this type of pain usually happens when people are doing strenuous activities, things like running, climbing, or capoeira. So it remembers things about you and then brings those up later to inform its decisions about what to tell you. This is the kind of personalization that really makes an impact on people. So much so that I had to set up a camera and tell you about it. So let's talk about AI personalization. Now, there are a few niches that this one falls into, so let's cover those. Now, Abacus AI is a great example because it takes all your favorite LLMs like GPT, Sonnet, Llama, and Gemini, and basically makes them your company employees with all the knowledge they need to work efficiently. It makes it super easy to use AI to ask questions like, visualize our on-time versus late deliveries by state, or give me a summary of our earnings report. In my opinion, this should be standard practice at every single software company. I mean, think about it. You can actually ask an LLM anything about the internal workings or structure of your company without having to dig through loads of SOPs and documents. For examples like my injured knee, there are these AI health startups that are popping up left and right to help you diagnose and treat issues from the comfort of your own home. And depending on where you live, for a lot cheaper. Now, this might spell trouble for physical therapists and personal trainers as time goes on and the tech advances. Doctronic is a great example of a rising star coming right out of New York. Their AI-powered platform is designed to help users by giving them these personalized insights into their health and facilitate access to medical consultations. Sure, GPT is already a great tool for these little health queries, but I imagine there's going to be a lot more companies like this that use real doctors' feedback and training data in combination with LLMs to help you diagnose and work through issues. And the more these learn about you and your lifestyle, your conditions, your ailments, the better they get at helping you. So the value of these products increase over time. That's something new. Not to mention that the number one challenge in marketing any startup is constantly proving that it's worth it, that it's providing value, that people are getting their money's worth, that they're getting an ROI. With a startup like this, the ROI is health, it's wellness, it's you feeling good, living longer, doing the activities you love. The marketing does itself. That's why this space is so explosive and so important and definitely worth keeping an eye on in 2025. Now, here's a niche that I see being massively valuable in the very near future. And just for you, a multi-million-dollar idea, in my opinion, e-commerce agents. Let me explain. Imagine you are talking to an e-commerce agent designed to help you find the right product, and you say, I need a running shoe specifically for trail running, and I need it to have a wide toe box and additional arch support. Normally, finding the perfect shoe within these specifications would take you a lot of time and effort. You might start one day when you're distracted from work, then a couple days later you pick up the search again, you get hit with ads and retargeting ads. Eventually, maybe a month later, you find a pair that ticks all these boxes, or you just get tired of looking and you buy something close enough. But imagine that you had an AI agent that could explore all the biggest marketplaces to pull together the best option for you right on the spot. I mean, one of the biggest problems that marketers face is shortening the time from product discovery to conversion. And that's exactly what a tool like this would do, save you time. Now, this is tricky because companies like Target, Walmart, Amazon don't typically open up their product listings to the public, which means that any software company trying to do this would need to essentially go on a scraping mission. It would have to maintain real-time knowledge on millions of products without a direct API, which would probably be tricky. That said, I'm sure there's a workaround, and I'm sure something like this is coming in many forms, so keep an eye out. Now, on the brand side, there are AI startups helping brands' products become more discoverable to customers. Lily AI is a great example. They analyze brand and customer data, then they create tailored and engaging copy that reflects current trends and consumer language. So, for e-commerce brands, their goal is to help boost product discoverability for your products. Now, clearly they're doing something right, because they've already stacked over $70 million, and just look at that explosive growth. Next up, we're seeing these massive security and privacy trends popping up left and right, and new startups are lining up to take advantage. Now, most people know that our data is shotgunned across the internet, but did you know that there are trending startups emerging to help you remove it? That's where user data transparency comes into play. Now, let's take a look at Optery. It's a data privacy management service that helps people identify and remove their personal data from data brokers and websites all over. They help you delete your personal information like phone numbers, addresses, emails, and according to a study done by Comparitech, over 71 million people are victims of cybercrime every year. And the number of cyber attacks is growing every single year. So services like this are super essential, and as it turns out, in huge demand. If you zoom out a bit, you can actually compare these two large trends we're talking about here, health and wellness and data security. It's all about preventative measures. Learning about new supplements and strategies to help keep you healthy and safe, and learning about these different platforms that help keep your data safe and your bank account safe. It's all about prevention. And that's a huge overarching trend that we're seeing in 2025. Now, encrypted secure messaging apps have also been on the rise recently. I remember there was one day last year that my wife and I decided to trick the algorithm because we know that they're already looking at our private messages. So on Instagram, DMing each other, talking about how much we loved Oreos. I love Oreos so much. Oh my God, Oreos are the best cookie, right? back and forth for 1 minute, and then of course, an hour later, both of us were getting hit with ads for Oreos. Not ideal. That's why companies like Signal and Telegram have been exploding recently. And it makes sense too. I mean, in 2025, with over 5 billion smartphone users worldwide, and the volume of mobile data exchanges expected to exceed 200 exabytes per month, end-to-end encrypted apps have become absolutely essential, both for personal and business uses. I mean, cyber attacks have risen sharply. IBM's cost of a data breach report has indicated that the average data breach cost is around 4 million, and that number keeps climbing. Meanwhile, privacy regulations like the EU's General Data Protection Regulation and similar laws in the US and Asia have intensified enforcement, driving enterprises to adopt secure platforms that safeguard people's data and, of course, meet compliance requirements. As a result, the secure messaging market is on track to surpass $6 billion globally by the end of this year, reflecting the fact that individuals and businesses are prioritizing privacy with companies like Signal, Telegram, Element, and Session for their encryption, minimal data collection, and user-friendly features that preserve confidentiality. That's it for today. Now, there are loads more of these trends to go through as we sort through this data, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video. If you have any trends that you would like us to look into and create a more detailed report on, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.